DPLS stock, Darkpulse Inc. It closed the session of the 11th of October 2021 at $0.0909, a gain of 1%, 12.8 million shares crossed the tape, which was below average. And we have a position in Darkpulse. There isn't really any fresh news as it concerns Darkpulse, the company, and just the old news, which is indicating that Dennis M. O'Leary is now the chairman board of Optilan. Optilan, I believe, is a subsidiary of Darkpulse, and that the appointment also, they appointed some other persons as well, and that includes Dr. Joseph Catalino as a member of the board, Mr. Ken Davidson as a member of the board as well, and obviously, yes, O'Leary himself. And Optilan, as you may well know, is a global provider of turnkey telecommunications and security systems and integration services intended to offer one-stop shop services for all aspects of security and communication applications. Okay, so moving on to the stock, what do we have here? We have that after pulling back from a resistance of $0.11, which occurred as at the 24th of September, DPLS stock got a support of $0.089, which is here, okay, as at the 4th of October 2021, and has since faced another resistance at $0.097. Yes, that's the one, $0.097. That was on the 5th of September. So this last resistance was followed by a retracement all the way down to 0.09. Yes, which was just shy of that the lowest of its resistances, just shy of it. Okay, and since that high of $0.11, DPLS stock has been underperforming. Yes, you can see that, as it has fallen below all of its short and intermediate or short and medium term moving averages. And then we can see what the readout is saying here. It says that the stock, yes, it says here the stock appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. The average directional index, or ADX, is below 20, indicating that the shares have traded sideways recently. However, the 200-day moving average is still sloping bullishly upwards, okay, which is indicating that the underlying trend is still very much bullish. So momentum for DPLS stock is strongly bearish. The 14-period low stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. The volume for that last session was lighter than usual, trading 12.842 million shares versus an average of 132. You can see that 132.072 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish, the slope of the indicator is negative, and suggests that there's a lack of buying interest. So that's quite worrying. You can see the volumes have dropped by almost 10 times the average volumes. The average volume is 132.072 million, and the volume for last session was 12.842. So you can see what's going on here. This is the volume for that last session, and the one before that was 18.045. You can see that the volumes have just not been so wonderful of late. Not wonderful of late as such, especially since the 6th of October. So that's you can't. The volumes are a very important indicators. So we can see that investors have been actively selling DPLS shares and driving it lower. Sellers are in control right now, and there's a lack of buying interest from buyers at the moment. That is evident. All of that is likely to change soon, going by the fact that we have the fast and slow lines of the 14-period low stochastic oscillator. Yes, that's the fast and slow lines. They are in the oversold territory. This is simply because the stock is oversold, and the reverse will occur. The volumes are poor right now, but it will never continue to remain here. It will definitely, the reverse will definitely occur, and when it comes out from this territory, You know, it is usually, it will do so with a spike in the price of the stock. So the reversal is on the cards, just simply because the stock is oversold at the moment. So as things stand now, DPLS may not be called a buy, because we can see that the volumes have been dropping along with underperformance and consolidation. It is obvious as such that at such junctures that certain market participants begin to observe and calculate what is going on with the stock and gradually implement their strategies. So DPLS will most certainly spring up again in the short term. When, that's anyone's guess. So yes, but it will continue. It may continue to underperform or move sideways or consolidate. But what will follow next is going to be something better than this. So easily, the stock will, at some point in the short term, for sure, it will do better. It will spike up again, for sure. Especially because by quantitative measures, it is building up a potential spike, a potential rally. Quantitative, I mean, just going by this fact that it is now oversold. It may continue to retrace and reach the bottom of this scale, but it has never really had that since this year. It has never really reached the bottom of this oversold scale. So and we have always seen that, because each time it went there, it spiked up. You can see that each time it went there, it always spiked up. It always follows there. Okay, yes, there was this anomaly that just sprang up just above it and retraced back again, but you can see that after a couple of weeks, it spiked up again, and at some point as well, it's got into the overbought territory. So you can see that again. Okay, this occurred again, oversold slightly above and retraced back into oversold territory, and then again spiked. So see what you make of DPLS. And for now, it is technically not a buy by certain measures, but at the same time, it is also when they are not buying that you have to start to calculate and gradually pick up, because it is definitely going to spike up again, for sure. It's going to rally again, but when, nobody knows. Okay, so see what you make of DPLS stock, and thank you very much for watching this video.